Okay, and you are live. Go ahead.
Awesome. So we'll wait a couple minutes to allow some people to join. But I guess for now, I'll say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. We're excited today because it's our first Coaches Corner for IrisVision. So there's some of you out there who use IrisVision. There's some of you out there who have heard of IrisVision. There's some of you out there who've never heard of IrisVision. So we're the coaches. This is the team. We're excited to join you today. You're going to learn a little bit about us and kind of what our Coaches Corner is going to be covering in the next few weeks. We have some exciting stuff coming up. My name is Myrna. I'm the head coach there at IrisVision. I have Stargardt's disease, and I was diagnosed when I was 12. It's been quite a journey since I've gotten IrisVision. It's been really amazing. I've been using the device myself personally for about 2.5 years, and I've been with the company for 2 years. So I'm going to go ahead and let my other coaches introduce themselves. Let's start with you, James. Tell us a little bit about yourself, when you started using IrisVision, and tell us a little bit about your eye condition.
All right. Hi, I'm James, and I'm a coach for IrisVision. I have cone dystrophy. So the center of my eye, my cones are deformed. I started using IrisVision about a year ago, a little over. I've used other devices, but this one worked especially well for me because I don't have central vision. So my peripheral vision is still very active, and it just works for me big time. I went through a lot of different devices, there's a lot out there, a lot of different features. So IrisVision just happened to, I think I saw a video. My buddy Sam from the Blind, he did a great review, and his eye condition is very similar to mine. So is Myrna's. Stargardt, central vision loss. So when he said that's the one that works for him, I looked into it and I left my other device on the shelf and just started using IrisVision. Seriously, it worked for me. So it brought back a lot. I'm able to help my son, my kids with homework, stuff like that. It's been really good project. I like to barbecue, smoke meat. That's meat, okay, barbecue. That's a hobby I've had for a long time. I used to be a judge for KCBS. I did the competition circuit for a little bit, but found out it's too expensive and I wasn't winning all the time. So put more money into it than anything. So I became a judge where I still get to barbecue and actually taste and test the different barbecues out there. So I was able to keep that. That was one of my passions that I really was afraid of. Trimming meat is hard. With putting the goggles on, it's not that bad. It's really easy. Being able to check the meat, thermometers and stuff. So that brought back some of that. I use it pretty much for tasks. A lot of my tasks involve using the IrisVision. So it's been very helpful for me. And working with IrisVision has been great, helping the patients out, clients, everybody I work with has given me joy. I love to hear that it works for them. I really want them to get out of it what I got out of it. And our coaching team just comes together. I mean, we pound our heads every week. Every week we have these meetings and we talk about how did you do, what's better for you, and help the clients better. So I didn't talk too much, but that's my spiel of how I came to IrisVision and what I do. I'm also known as the CEOB of the that is Chief Executive Officer of the Bottom. So,
yeah, right. You're the COVT at the very top.
very bottom. Thank you.
But you're a veteran too, right, James?
Yes, I'm a veteran of the Marine Corps. 6.5 years I served.
Thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for your support.
Absolutely. Awesome. So thanks, James. Now we have Chelsea. Chelsea, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us what your experience has been like as a coach for IrisVision and what you think about the product overall.
Sure. So I am, I'm a technology person first and foremost, and I think that technology is most important whenever it helps people. And my passion is really all about helping people. And so what drew me to IrisVision is that it really helps people. It empowers people to live more independent lives and continue doing the things that they love to do. And so I love being a coach because I love getting to see people put on this headset and see their loved ones, or see their artwork again, see the books that they love to read. They get to continue doing all those things that they love to do, and that's it's so rewarding for me. And I couldn't ask for a more fulfilling job. And that's
Awesome.
the thing that I love about IrisVision.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes, it's definitely a rewarding thing to be able to help people see again. I mean, I know when I put my device on and I was able to see my daughter's face for the first time, it was a huge impact in my life. And I know, Chelsea, you probably experienced that through other people's first time putting the device on. How does that make you feel?
Privileged to be able to share in that, because this is not something that you can just go out and find at a grocery store. It's not just a regular pair of reading glasses. This is a big decision, and to be able to coach someone through it is really impactful. I feel privileged to be able to do that. There are ups and there are downs. Some people think that, oh, I'm just gonna put on these glasses and go about my day, but that's not the case. Sometimes it takes a little more effort. It takes practice. You're learning something brand new. It takes time for your eyes to adjust. And um, I love being a part of that process, that journey with people, supporting them every step of the way.
Nice. What's one of your most memorable stories?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
I'll let you think about that real quick. James, so how do you feel when people put the device on, and you know, I know that you understand the emotion that happens when you're actually able to see for the first time, but having the experience of being able to be there for someone else's first time actually seeing with the device on.
I take it real personal.
How's that make you feel?
I take it real personal, and I really like you. That's what I'm here for, to help the clients. And I've had clients break down and cry. So it like brings me back. I sit there and wait for that oh wow moment, you know, right when they hit the mode button after we get them focused in. And I just wait for that. It's such a thing. It feels so good. Oh, you know, I've had clients where they see their wife for the first time, like I did in a few years, 5 years, you know, to see her so clear. I've had clients just cry, you know, they get very emotional. Give them a minute, and that just warms my heart. It's like I'm doing something right here just by helping them. That's what I'm here for. And Kelsey is a coach. I mean, she's our sighted coach. We go to her, Myrna, for all our tech problems, right?
Yeah,
But
Chelsea's good too.
She cares. She's very genuine about caring for it. So it means a lot to have her as a coach also. So when she may not experience it, but trust me, she's a very caring person. She cares about the clients just as we do. So really good feeling to see people that it just warms my heart when I see somebody, that oh wow moment.
Absolutely, definitely. So do you have a memorable story there, Chelsea? Did you think of one?
Yes, I'm thinking about a woman in South Africa, and she told me that for years she prayed and she prayed for God to give her back her sight. And one day her son came to her and said, "Mom, I have something for you." And it was the IrisVision. And she told me that God works in incredible, mysterious ways, and you can't expect what's coming. She didn't get the sight in her eyes back. She got the IrisVision. And I was choking up at that point because she got her vision back in a way that was completely unexpected. And she was choking up, I was choking up. And it's incredible. People don't know that this technology exists. I didn't know that this technology existed before I started working with IrisVision. And it's incredible that we can do this for people.
Absolutely. Agreed. There are a lot of resources out there in general, not just IrisVision. There's a lot out there for people who are partially sighted to help them regain some independence and confidence in their lives. James, tell me a little bit about the other devices that you use maybe on a daily, or maybe not necessarily on a daily, but that you use.
Magnifiers like crazy, of course. Several different magnifiers. CCTV I use once in a while. With IrisVision, you know, it does help, but there's times I just have a document I'll throw in front of the CCTV. So I do use the CCTV occasionally. My computer, I use Fusion, which is a mixture of JAWS and ZoomTech. Yes, I can use my IrisVision with the computer, but I can look away from the computer and it'll read to me. You know, that's a big plus. So I use that tech device. Talking watches, talking thermometers are really good that I use, okay? Other devices I use, there's a couple I want to get, but we'll talk about that later. On a daily basis, that's about sunglasses, very important, and not just any sunglasses. As we all with eye condition, we have to have certain, you know, prism, polarized. I found a new brand that has, you know, rose color in that help a lot. So they block out a lot of light and I can still see. It helps with contrast. I use that a lot. Lights like crazy. I mean, with my condition, I need a lot of light, but direct light to my eyes really hurts. So got to be careful. LEDs are not my friend, I'll tell you that. So I use a couple Stella lights, stuff like that, that put off soft glows. You still get all the ambient light, but without the harsh pain or blue light, stuff like that. So those are some of the different devices I use.
Cool. And for those of you out there who don't know what a CCTV is, it's a closed caption television. Basically, it looks like a television monitor or computer monitor, and it has like a camera at the bottom. So when you put your documents underneath the camera, it will come up on the screen. Then you can magnify it or unmagnify it or change the contrast and things like that. So that's what a CCTV is. And then just to give a little more insight on what James was talking about as far as Fusion goes, JAWS and ZoomText combination. JAWS is a screen reader, mostly for people who are totally blind, and ZoomText is a screen magnifier that also has the ability to do the screen reading as well. That's more used by people who are partially sighted to magnify their computer screen. So thanks, James. Thanks for telling us about that. For me, I mostly use IrisVision on a daily basis. In fact, I can tell you a cool story. Just this morning, I was trying to work my Keurig machine and it keeps turning itself off, and that really bothers me. I just want it to stay on. So I use my IrisVision on television mode to look at the screen on my Keurig and go through the settings to make sure that it wasn't on the energy saving mode. And I wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. I wouldn't have been able to do that with, you know, without IrisVision. So it's pretty cool the way it gives independence and confidence to people all over, because we're everywhere. We're all over the world. So that's pretty cool. We're helping people everywhere. So Chelsea, what would you say is your like favorite part about being a coach? How do you feel about our dynamic here, us three?
I love our dynamic. We definitely complement one another's personalities. We have all different strengths and personality traits. And I think that we balance each other out really well.
I think so too. We have a lot of fun. I don't know about James though. He's a little boring. It's okay.
Take her easy.
Yeah,
James doesn't like to joke around at all. So for those of you watching, please feel free to give us suggestions, give us topics that you might want us to cover, maybe questions that you might have if you're a user. Feel free to put your suggestions here in the comments or send them in. You could email IrisVision, and Mel could give us a good maybe info, Mel, I don't know, info at IrisVision. But you can email or put in comments as far as what topics or things you want us to cover. We're going to be back again next Friday about the same time, and we're going to have a special guest. So looking forward to that. Sam is going to join us from the Blind Life. So very excited about that. We're going to be covering different gift ideas that are great for people who are partially sighted. So I'm gonna look forward to that. Look at James rubbing his hands together. You got your list, James?
Yep.
Yeah? You've
This
been,
big.
I don't know, man. Naughty or nice, though? Are you gonna get reindeer poop, or are you gonna get what's on your list?
Probably a little both.
All right. So I guess, Mel, from here, I don't know if we want to take questions.
I don't think so. Since it's a Facebook Live, there's no live questions coming in, so no worries about that.
No worries.
Next
Learning
week
as
we'll
we go.
pack the house.
All right. So looking forward to seeing you guys next Friday. We're your coaches, and signing out. Bye, guys.